YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Before we actually get into the build video, I definitely do want to give a shout out to Uncle Demi, man. You know, he's literally our favorite uncle on YouTube, and also one of the better 2K YouTubers and build makers out there, man. I didn't show enough respect to him early on when he first started, man. But after seeing him grow, I have to give him a little bit of respect because he's the one that made this video possible. Because he made the build, man. He worked his ass off and found this build. And also, for the sake of this build, guys, you actually have to go to your settings and you actually have to come down here to units of measurement, and you have to go to the metric system. So for a lot of people that are like, I don't know if everybody uses it, like people that are not from the US, do you guys use the metric system? Like, if you guys actually use the metric system like in real life, do you guys use the metric system as well in the game? Let me know in the comment section, man. Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, anyway, you have to change it to the metric system if you haven't done that already in order to get this build to work. And according to Uncle Demi, he said that's literally the only way that you're going to be able to make this build. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are going to be making a small forward build that is actually called an all-around two-way, man. And yeah, we're in metric, so you can see, man. I probably recorded something in the beginning telling you that, and all that, maybe, who knows. But yeah, anyway, so we're in metric right now, and this is what your body settings have to be in order to actually get this to be an all-around threat. It can only be a small forward. And yeah, man, let's just get into it. You have to have 1.99 meters, which I will also convert these and slap them on screen for the Imperial system as well. So don't worry about that at all. But I do also want to try to make this build when you are actually in the Imperial system as well. So that'll be something that we're going to try to do at the end of the video here, using the actual converted things and being as close as possible, because obviously 1.99 meters isn't going to be like just a straight up like 6'6" or 6'4" or 6'7" or anything like that. Like, it's not going to be just a straight up just like rounded number. So obviously it's going to be a little bit harder to do. So anyway, let's go ahead and let us get into this, guys. So as you can see, what the overalls could have been, or what the highest ratings could have been for set attributes. I know these probably aren't going to be the best attributes that everybody would want, but these are still pretty good for what it is. And how we're going to do this, we're going to start off by bringing up driving dunk, and we're bringing it up to a 92. And the only reason why we're bringing it up to a 92 is because y'all know we can get the elite contact dunks at a 92 driving dunk. So simple as that. There are some other things with this build that I probably will mess around with in terms of stat line and stuff like that, or attributes. And one of the main things is I'm gonna try to bring this up to an 85 instead of just an 80. Sacrifice a little bit other stuff just so we can get it. So other than that, driving layup, we're gonna bring this up to an 89. So there you go, there you have it. Then also this gets brought up to a 57 before we eventually go over here to bring this up to an 85. So there you go. Then three-pointer obviously is going to be maxed out. That's what we're going to be working with here. And then I'm not even going to worry about free throw as of right now. Obviously, we're going to get the points, or we're going to increase the points once we get to it, if we need to. Anyway, ball handling is going to be not maxed out, but at an 84. And the only reason why it's not going to be maxed out is because we don't need it to be maxed out. Although, once we get to the end of this build, if we have the leftover point to put in there, we definitely will. Max out speed with ball, though, because that's definitely very important. Pass accuracy, we're not going to be bringing up super high like I usually do. I usually go for like an 80, 81 on some builds. This one's going to be similar. It's going to be an 81. And then this is where everything gets a little bit different. Yeah, like we're gonna actually increase interior defense to a 76. We're gonna increase perimeter defense, and we're not gonna make it all the way to a 90. We're gonna put it at an 89. We're gonna bring our steal rating up to an 84. We're not gonna touch block because block, that takes a lot, and I mean a lot of attributes away from us, considering that we're not gonna be really blocking a lot since we are not a big man, we're a small forward. And then we're gonna bring this up to a 71, and then that will be a 41. So there's that for us. We're also gonna be bringing this up to an 80. We're gonna bring this up to a 77. And okay, so we're not gonna worry about that apparently. Also, usually this gets brought up, so literally we just sacrifice some of our stuff to be able to get the elite contact dunks and everything, which I'm okay with. It's not like you're going to be using the strength 100% to your advantage. Everything is pretty much around the same. The only thing that we really do have to sacrifice, and I will sacrifice, is a little bit of our speed and a little bit of our acceleration, just so we can get that increased a little bit. Don't need to increase it too much. Bring that back up, and then there you guys have it. Then we are able to bring strength up. Then we're going to use last point in stamina. So if everything goes right here, we have 21 finishing badges, 27 shooting badges, 24 playmaking badges, and 21 other badges here. So that's pretty damn good. We could also bring this down 1 point, because if we are going to play this build properly, we're going to be a wing player. We're not going to be a main ball handler or anything. So I definitely would think about just dropping this to an 83 instead of an 84, just for the sake of being able to just for the sake of yeah, you lose one badge point, but everything will be fine and dandy with that. So I mean, you'll still be fine, you still get some good badges. It's just that if you want more badges, obviously you would just go to college and do all that stuff. So yeah, also with that being said, we're just gonna put that in speed, we're gonna put that in strength, and then we have leftover points to put in free throw, which is just 1 point. So anyway, now we're gonna do this. So obviously we're gonna be worrying about finishing and stuff like that, obviously. So finishing moves would probably be one that I would choose. So we get shot creator, we get spot up shooter, and then we also get lockdown takeover as well. But obviously a lot of people would probably run finishing moves and then a shooting badge probably, or a shooting takeover like spot up precision, because you're able to get it. It's just all up to you guys, but obviously I probably would run finishing moves and then spot up precision. My player builder completed. Yes, it is called an all-around two-way, guys. So there you have it. Jaylen Brown, Latrell, and Michael Bridges. Obviously this is going to be a little, I mean, this is kind of accurate with Jaylen Brown. I would say is kind of like this. I don't know if his finishing is as elite as we have it, but I mean, this is pretty accurate for Jaylen Brown being a small forward. Obviously I would throw Jason Tatum, even though he's more considered a power forward in the game, although he can play small forward. But yeah, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum are two of them that I would definitely consider one of those. Michael Bridges is definitely a good defender. Latrell is a decent defender as well. All arounds though, probably not for Michael Bridges or Latrell, more of Jaylen Brown than anything. So yeah, if anything, guys, we're going to hop on out of here. We're gonna try to remake this build, but we're gonna try to do it with the Imperial system. We're not gonna use metric for this one, but this build is ultimately good. I do believe that this would be a really, really good build. It's definitely a rare build. You don't see a lot of these. You see a lot of two-way threats. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead. Let's try to make this in the Imperial system and see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so therefore we are back. So I have converted them all to like legit statistical stuff instead of just taking a look at the build in the metric system, because I definitely do want to see the main changes. So just making this build from scratch, you can obviously see 6'6", because obviously 1.99 meters equals up to 6.5 feet, or just around there. And then also when you take the kilograms, so 112 kilograms, that equals up to about 246.9 pounds. So I just rounded that up to 247. And also when we take the 2.13 meters, obviously that equals to about 6.9 feet. So that's about 6'10", almost exact, almost 6'11" actually, if you want to be very, very specific. But yeah, anyway, so as we take this, guys, as we 100% take this, it looks pretty good. Honestly, it definitely does look pretty good. I must say, it does look pretty much around where we are wanting our stats to be anyway. It's like, yeah, our driving dunk doesn't go to the 98 that it originally does. Our three-pointer is a little bit higher. Our mid-range is pretty good. There's still our ball handling goes slightly higher, but our pass actually is about the same. Our speed with ball is pretty much the same. Everything else in defense looks to be about the same except for block, which doesn't really matter to us as of right now. But everything else looks pretty much the same on how we would want it, except for maybe strength. Strength is the only difference because that actually goes up a bit. So it's a little bit different on this one. But what if we actually used the same stat line that we used before? Which in this case is going to be a little bit different, considering that it is a little bit different. So I'm going to see what would happen if I try to make this as close as possible to what we had it as before. So obviously the 85, and then what did we have it at, in 83 on this? So yeah, we definitely get a decent increase in our 3-point rating there. Obviously we have the 81 stat there. We have the ball handling that is not going to be an 85 but an 84. And then this goes up to a 76 as normal. This goes up to a 76. This goes up to an 89. Then this goes up to an 84. Then this will obviously go to a 71. Therefore, we're going to bring this up to an 85. Then we're going to bring this up to about a 90 before we bring this up, and then this up here. And obviously we're going to bring our strength up. So there we go. There's that. And then bingo bango. Bingo bango. So this should be pretty similar to what we had it as before. Not 100% sure. I mean, obviously we have 21, 26, 24, 21. So it looks to be about similar. And then we're at a 99. So let's go ahead, choose finishing moves. And it looks to be pretty much the same here. So spot at precision and my player builder complete and all around 2-way. So you can indeed make this, guys. You can indeed make this in the Imperial stat line. So you can literally use them. You can use Imperial and metric, just depends. But you have to use pretty much this similar stat line that I used, and I'm obviously made it my own. So Uncle Demi literally said you had to have the metric, but you don't need a metric. So yeah, shout out to my man Uncle Demi here. I mean, he made it to where it literally is like an all around 2-way, but obviously there are some people that said that they dropped their strength in their interior defense just slightly. just so they can get a free throw for rec and stuff like that. And that's pretty cool and everything. And I'm actually going to try that real quick so we can actually get that out of the way. See if that's possible. Let's see if it is possible. I don't think it's going to be, obviously, because because he said strength to 55 and interior defense to 75, I believe is what he said. Yeah, he said I dropped the strength to 55 and interior D to 75. So that's exactly what he said. And he just wasn't able to do it unless you pretty much sacrifice something here. Like I would just sacrifice these two in order to get it up to maybe like a 75. And then just come back down to get those increased back up again. And then that gives you the ability to increase your strength once again back up to a 56 instead, or maybe do stamina up 1, which then in return gives you the free throw to 76. We didn't really change any like major stats, just the one attribute. So yeah, it's still called an all-around TOA, so having that 75 still does help. But instead it just says that we are like Jimmy Butler instead of Latrell. So that's a little bit different, but I mean, you can do that. So that's probably 100% what I would consider doing, is doing that for the 5v5 version. If you guys are going to be playing an all-around two-way, specifically for Pro-Am or Rec Center, definitely do this to where you're able to sacrifice just a little bit, but you're not sacrificing a whole lot, because you're able to get those attributes back in once you actually increase your free throw. So obviously do that 100%, and then you're able to get that free throw up just in case you are playing the 5v5 with this. If not, if you want this to be a park build, then 100% I'd say go with the fucking flow and just have like the no free throw version of the build, because it's whatever. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment your feedback in the comment section below. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. Literally hit that subscribe button, because, you know, we're on our way to 1,000 subs, man. That's literally like my first goal that I have in mind, is 1,000 subs. So let's hope that we get there soon. Shout out to Uncle Demi, who attempted this build and said that the only way that you can make it is by using the metric system. Well, I just proved it wrong. I proved Uncle Demi wrong, guys. I proved him wrong. I pretty much did it like the same exact way as him. Instead, I just used my own flair to it, and instead of just only having an 80 vertical, I got an 85 vertical, so I can get those elite contact dunks, and I literally can pretty much get all the other stats. So literally, I just made it to where I can get better physicals. Literally, I didn't worry about the strength as much. Yeah, I literally didn't worry about the strength as much as literally with the vertical and stuff. So 92 driving dunks, so you can get those elite contact dunks, guys, and pretty much all the good contact dunks that you guys want. Especially like LeBron and MJ, I believe, are able to get his and all that stuff as well. You have an 83 3-pointer, which is still pretty good. And then obviously, if you guys want to, you guys can actually go to college, be able to get some good badges there and stuff like that. Probably would go for more of the shooting and playmaking, probably. So maybe, who knows? I'm not 100% sure. I know that I had a similar situation here with my two-way threat. So I went to Syracuse so I could actually get like a lot more, even though I got a lot more playmaking anyway. I just made sure that I can get a lot more playmaking badges, so I can make sure I have all the badges necessary to be like a shorter player and being a playmaker and such. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Later, everybody.